Hi everybody. Today I want to talk to you about what happened to Pearly, our little house hen. Pearly was 1 year and 4 months old. She wasn't very old. If you had been following her journey on Instagram, you will see that she was a very well-loved, well-traveled, funny little chicken girl. And we love her and loved her with our entire hearts. I posted on Instagram that she had passed over on Christmas Day, and many people wanted to know what happened to Pearl, because just days before that I was uploading reels with her. So I'm going to try to explain what happened to Pearl and also insert some video clips, some of the last videos I had taken of Pearl of the last couple days of her life. So we went down to my daughter's house for Christmas, and we took Pearl with us, as we have at least 50 times before. She travels in her tote that she sleeps in. Most of you know that Pearl was a free-range chicken all throughout the house, but at night she would go in her tote with a blanket over top. Don't worry, there were air holes, because she felt secure and safe, and that's how she would sleep. We also had taken our guinea pig and our 2 free-range bunnies with us, because we just can't travel anywhere without all our animals. So we were all down at my daughter's house for Christmas. Pearl was out and about with us. We were outside. The weather was really nice. Pearl was pecking around. My grandson was drawing with chalk. I'd like to note that when we got to my daughter's house on Christmas Eve, when we took Pearl out of her little mesh house that she rode in the car sometimes, there was an egg in there. And we thought that was odd, because Pearl had stopped laying eggs last summer. Just out of the blue, she decided, I'm not laying any more eggs. She boycotted the whole egg-laying ordeal, and she stopped. I was okay with it, because when Pearl was laying eggs, she was mean. She had daily PMS. She didn't feel good. And when she quit the egg production, she was just such a loving, sweet girl. But she laid an egg out of the blue on Christmas Eve, and this was also winter time, and this is when chickens normally slow down their egg production. So we were like, that's really weird. Okay. The very next day, we got there the day before Christmas Eve, my bad, and she had laid the egg. Now, Christmas Eve, she was out and about, and she did errands with us and all the things she normally did. And she laid another egg, her second egg, and not even 24 hours had passed. Maybe only like 12 hours had passed. And I had said to Adam, we're getting that implant for Pearl. We're going to have to find a vet that will do it and get this implant so that she doesn't have to go through this anymore. She laid the other egg. I got her out. She sat on my lap. She seemed a little tired, but she seemed okay. Later that night, I put her to bed. Everything was okay. Christmas morning, I went to get her first thing, and she was laying on the bottom of her tote with her legs behind her, and she had been drooling so much that the whole front of her was wet. So I said, oh my God, something's wrong with Pearl. And my husband picked her up, put her on his lap. And as he did that, an egg fell out of her. And we thought, oh, okay, maybe she just had a stuck egg. Okay, maybe she's going to get better. So we kept offering water, and she was doing her little drinking of the water. And she was laying there just kind of breathing heavy with her eyes closed. Now, it's Christmas morning. We're in a little teeny town. Nothing is open. I know that I need to give Pearl an Epsom salt bath because that usually perks up all kind of chicken illnesses. My daughter has no Epsom salt. My 2-year-old grandson is over the moon to open presents. So we thought Pearl was doing better. We put her back in her tote right next to us, kind of out of the way so she wouldn't be stressed from the activity. We hurried through opening the presents. It took maybe a half hour. And then we told my daughter, we got to go home. We have Epsom salt at home. We need to get Pearl in an Epsom salt bath. I'm not sure what's wrong with her, but we need to do this. And we raced home. My daughter's house is about an hour from our house. We made it home in like 35 minutes. The whole car ride, Pearl was labored breathing. She had her eyes closed. I held her on my lap. I talked to her. I was Googling her symptoms, and something that kept popping up is sour crop and to massage her crop. So I started doing that. It seemed to irritate her. She didn't like it. We got home, immediately filled the sink with warm water and Epsom salt, put her in, talked very sweetly to her. My husband massaged her crop the whole time. I was dumping the salt water over her gently. She loved baths. She loved spa days. She perked up. She opened her eyes. We thought she was going to get better. She was looking around. She was still labored breathing. So after about 20 minutes of being in the Epsom salt bath, I took Pearly out and I wrapped her in a towel, and I came over here to my art area desk and had her in my lap, and I was petting her, telling her she's going to feel better, what a good girl she was. And she did this very dramatic last breath. She looked up, she went, and then she just fell forward and she passed away. And I was in such shock. I don't know what happened to Pearl. She laid 3 eggs in maybe 26 hours or something like that, and I feel like something was off with her egg-laying production. It was Christmas morning. There was no vet I could take her to. She went downhill so quickly. And we just don't know what happened to her. And she's left such a hole in our hearts. We love her so much. So I'm going to show some footage from that day and the burial we gave her. I'm going to keep Pearl's channel alive here. There's a lot of videos I want to make helping people decide if a pet chicken, a live-indoor pet chicken, is right for them. Things I've learned. I've had 2 house chickens now. There's just many videos I'd like to make in Pearl's honor and use clips of Pearl. And we do plan on getting a baby rooster maybe this summer if our hearts are healed enough. So I am going to keep the channel alive. But I just want to say that Pearl's fans on Instagram, you guys have been the best fans ever. Just saying, like, Pearly is so sweet. We love you so much, Pearl, and just the best, most kindest people. Chicken people are the kindest people, and they just get it. Like, everyone around us was like, well, she was just a chicken. How long do chickens live anyways? Like, they just didn't get it. But chicken people get it. Chicken people know that these little beings just touch your whole heart with their little personalities. They're so special. And I just want to thank everyone for your beautiful comments on Instagram and all the love you've sent. And we love Pearly's fans and Pearly's audience so much. And we just hope that you stick by us and watch the channel grow with the baby Roo that I do get this summer. His name is going to be Niklaus. I decided long ago if I ever got a rooster, I would name him Niklaus, because there's a show called The Originals with Elijah and Niklaus that I watched so long ago, and I was like, oh, I want a rooster named Niklaus. No one can ever live up to Pearl, and I'm not trying to replace Pearl. But I'm a chicken person, I'm a chicken lover, and I can't imagine my life without a pet chicken. So that's all from me today. I just wanted to explain what happened to our Pearly. Maybe you guys can shed some insight on what you think may have went wrong. I find myself thinking, I wish I would have done this different. I wish I could have done this different, but that doesn't help anything because I can't go back and do anything different. I can just learn from my experiences. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys again soon. Bye.